What's up, Three Black Guys with the Mic fam? This episode is powered by BWP Marketing and Hype Voice Creative. If you want to support the show, we would really appreciate that. Head over to our YouTube channel and click the subscribe button. Also, head over to SoundCloud.com/Three Black Guys with the Mic and subscribe to our SoundCloud channel. And don't forget to rate and review us on iTunes or wherever you get this podcast. And if you want to support us financially, it's all good. Drop something in our Cash App at Three Black Guys Mic. And now, let's start the show.
First of all, let me tell you something. Lamont is just full of
Sometimes my mama said, when you don't have nothing nice to say, you should be quiet.
People say that Stephen A. is a coon. You agree with that? Everybody got quiet on that one? Okay, Lamont, go ahead.
Rudy Giuliani practices voodoo. So he put a voodoo hex on my girl, Hillary, and that's why she got woozy. And the Secret Service had to prop her up and put her in the van.
But take us to a break, my dude.
It was voodoo, son.
I don't know about that voodoo.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is Three Black Guys with a Mic. Really good. What is happening, my people? Welcome to Three Black Guys with the Mic, podcast for politics, hip-hop, and the urban community. Sport is in the building, along with my man Lamont Hayes, our political guru, MJ Scales. Welcome to another Monday night of nothing but debate, drama, and laughter. Tonight, we're going to talk about, is America ready to open? Plus, who is here for the new strip club rules? Also, we're going to talk about Joe Biden, his pick for VP. Plus, we'll also learn who has to choke on some cactus this week and what Lamont is in his feelings about. Okay, real quick reminder, make sure you go to our YouTube channel, click subscribe, go to our SoundCloud channel at soundcloud.com/Three Black Guys with the Mic. Subscribe to our SoundCloud channel. Make sure you rate and review us on iTunes. And if you want to support the podcast, you can do that on our Cash App at Three Black Guys Mic. So, which one of y'all decided to ingest some bleach last week is what I want to know.
Oh, hold on. You know, actually, we forgot, because we do have a new set. This show has been sponsored by Lysol. And Lysol, when you absolutely positively hate to do whatever the president says and don't inject Lysol, alcohol, bleach, any of that into your body.
I mean, I don't even, how could you even, I don't even understand how he could even come to the terms of, you could put bleach in your body. Like, how could you even come to that?
So let me ask you a question, man. I mean, we talked about this all the time. Like, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. This is an old dog that's been talking foolishness for the longest. So why? I'm confused. Like, why is there any surprise? You know what I'm saying?
But Lamont, there's a difference between teaching the dog old new tricks and just telling people you can put bleach in your body. That's two different things.
Well, no, I'll be honest with you. What I'm afraid of is if somebody actually thought to put bleach in their body, that's what you should be worried about. You feel what I'm saying?
There are people out there, but
don't worry about him. He's going to be the idiot that he is. You know what I mean? Like, that's just what it is. So we need to have conversation with those who think that that's okay and stop, putting, and I hate to even say like this because I'm already in my bag. Like half of these politicians do, we just need to throw them in the trash. They need to get the cactus. Not just Donald, but just the majority of them. So us spending a lot of time and energy just even digesting the psychological foolishness they come up with, I'm good.
It's just crazy that, like, who would even, like, when you go to a meeting and they be like, all right, everybody listen, we got the problem to solve. There are no bad ideas. What about injecting bleach? That's a bad damn idea. I mean, come on, my dude. He's too far. That's just too damn far.
But you know what, though? Now, Maynard, you're not going to want to hear this. This is scary, what I'm getting ready to say. You ready? So, if you know anything about blood thinners, you know there's a blood thinner called Coumadin, correct?
I don't know that. I don't
know
anything about blood thinners.
There is a medical blood thinner called Coumadin. So some people actually have to have, for whatever medical situation or whatever. But technically, Coumadin has rat poison. That's the same thing that's in rat poison. So it kind of I'm not saying it is right or it's not crazy, but the dude ain't really too much off the mark because there are a lot of medical people that take Coumadin. That's real.
Lamont.
Come on, man. No, just listen what I'm trying to tell you.
You can't just go to the store and be like, yo, I ain't have enough money for my Coumadin medicine. I'm just going to jump on this bottle of Lysol real quick. Lamont, come on, my dude. You know, because I don't need, look.
Listen, we're not gonna let you pivot. I was just trying to.
Ain't nobody trying to pivot. You the one with this crazy as Coumadin got rat poison and the bleach is put the alcohol.
You know what?
No.
Once again, as I say all the time,
you really want the cactus, Lamont. You really want some cactus this week.
Listen, because you can't say or talk basic math with someone who doesn't know basic math. So go ahead. Next.
You really want cactus this week, don't you, Lamont?
I mean, I'll take it. I mean, but any
so
medical doctor.
All of those, everyone who was on our, live feed, first of all, thank you so very much for joining us. Leave us a comment. Can somebody please let us know who in the hell Karen is? There's been all these social media memes going around about Karen, and I have absolutely no idea.
You don't know who Karen is?
Hell is Karen. Now, some people say this is some white woman, and it's a white woman acting black, or all this other stuff, but I have absolutely no idea how all of this social media memes have come up about Karen. So if you are on live with us, can you please let us know who the hell Karen is? Because we have no idea. Unless you guys know and I just don't know.
How do you not know who Karen is? Lamont, you know about Karen?
Idea. The only Karen I know is Superwoman Karen.
Nah,
I'm not your Superwoman. It's the only Karen I know.
Are you talking about Karen White?
Nah.
Ooh,
so you don't remember Black Jeopardy? You ain't never see Black Jeopardy with Karen and T'Challa?
No.
Oh my God, this
is amazing. Did that come on?
Huh? It was on Saturday Night
Live. Wait a minute. So, Spud, you're not tapped into the Hotep Jeopardy? Like
no,
you ain't never seen a Black Jeopardy on Saturday Night Live.
The only thing I've ever seen is the black trade-off on the Dave Chappelle show.
No. So look, right, like 2 years ago, Saturday Night Live did a skit.
When nobody watches TV, that was in the TV days,
right?
Nobody watches TV anymore.
Obviously, you missed it, and everyone else in social media didn't. So you might be wrong, but they did this Black Jeopardy skit, and it was T'Challa from Black Panther was on, and he didn't get any of the questions. He didn't understand what they were talking about, and so what happened ultimately? They were like, "Your friend from work, Karen, would like to bring her potato salad to your picnic." And he was like, "Let me get this straight. Karen is a white woman, correct?" "Yes. And if she does season her potato salad, it's only with just a little bit of salt and maybe some paprika." "Yes."
Yeah, we all missed that episode.
Yeah, I'll pass, man.
That shit is hilarious.
Okay. No. All right.
No,
all right.
Karen, take your bland-ass potato salad and go somewhere else with that.
Talk about opening the economy. So Georgia on Friday opened up their gyms, their bowling alleys, their hair salons. Today they're opening up their restaurants and their movie theaters. Oklahoma's lifting theirs, to barbershops, pet groomers. Tennessee, Mississippi, Montana. Everybody is starting to open. So let's kind of have this conversation on: are we opening America in the right way? Are we ready to open? Did somebody get a Donald Trump memo that you can't?
Look, man, listen, Spud. We know what this game is. I mean, at the end of the day, you're in Michigan, I'm in Jersey, Maynard, you're in Virginia, right?
Correct.
And it's not time to go outside. I don't care what they say. I mean, these are the same people that just told us to drink bleach, right? So I'm mad confused. Like, why are we gonna listen to them now? So no, we all know that it's not. We're not ready to go outside. Now I remember that meme, period, point blank. So I mean, other than that, it's and I get the whole understanding of the small businesses that X, Y, and Z, but me personally, I'd rather be broke than possibly be dead. You know what I mean? And we all know that this virus is deadly, although it may have, not as hit certain parts of the country in the manner that it has. But every doctor you talk to will tell you this thing is coming in waves, homie. So we only on the first wave.
I was listening to Chris Cuomo today, he has a radio show. I think it's on politics. But anyway, so he was having a conversation with somebody, and I thought it was very interesting, and I wanted to get your take. He was saying that we have to get to a number of when we should actually open, right? The cases and the deaths can't be zero before we decide to open up. So in your opinion, you know, man, let me start with you. You know, at what number should we be opening, or what, in your opinion, how we should be opening the country up?
Yeah, well, what I would say first of all is we really, the people who are talking about we got to open up, we got to open up, we got to open up. You know, I got something for them a little bit later in this conversation, but we really need to. It's not the cases or the deaths that we should be concerned about in those numbers. It's the testing. Like you don't know how many cases are out there until you test a large enough sample so that you can start to rule out the idea that there are more cases out there. So we need to ramp up testing. Fortunately, today, there's new news out of Yale and some other medical schools that instead of the test in the nose, there's a test that they can do in the mouth that's in fact more effective. But there's another doctor that said, wait a minute, this 14-day quarantine is not enough. You probably need 21 days because it can stay in your nostrils for 21 days or slightly more. So we need to be focused on testing. And because how do you know something that you've had your head buried in the sand about? Like, you can just I'm just going to go outside and that's fine. Everything's cool. But if you don't test, then you don't know. And so I don't understand why knowledge is a bad thing, because this is, you know, we need to be in the knowledge game right now.
I mean, it is very disturbing to see thousands of people on the beach already. I mean, with no socks on, no mask on, just chilling in the ocean or the beach or whatever. Secondly, for all my Detroit people, I love y'all. I want to hug you.
Don't you talk about my old neighborhood. Don't talk about Wyoming and 7 Mile.
But
don't say it. Don't say it.
Can we get the Wyoming and 7 Mile beauty supply to go back to being simply casual? Because at least I know it would be safe then. But right now, I got hundreds of my black sisters out around the block, and I don't even think that they're supposed to be open. The damn beauty supplies are not even supposed to be open right now. So why are y'all outside trying to get glue and weave and brushes for your hair and no social distancing, no masks, no gloves, no nothing, no coats, socks, just chilling.
So can I just say something that I said since day one of this podcast? Everybody ain't gonna make it, man.
Well, I understand that.
They just not.
I don't want to address that towards black people, because we already have the highest cases of COVID-19. We're already.
It's not just black people. It's some people I saw down in Alabama.
In the house.
No. Everybody ain't gonna make it, man. Y'all got to stop. It's just what it is.
Well, see, here's the thing that we also got to think about too, man. There are lots of people out here saying we got to open up the economy, we got to do these things, and somebody in fact said, you know, keeping us in the house is like slavery. And the crazy part is how spoiled we are as Americans. Like, what we really are saying, like, think about this. There's some kid in Afghanistan or Pakistan or whatever, some other country, where all they have known is bombs. All their lives, bombs have been dropped in their communities, right? We upset because we can't go sit down at a restaurant.
Or get a haircut.
There are people who live in Jordan or Palestine where there's been war and torn since the day they were born. All they know is fighting. There are places in the world where people get their hands and heads cut off. Nobody alive in America today is aware of any time that there was armed combat on our soil. Period. Not on these 48 states. I mean, somebody might say, Pearl Harbor, but there hasn't been war on our shores. And so we sitting here mad because we can't get our hair done, or you can't go to the bar, or you can't go to the nightclub, or now the strippers got to wear masks. I know you're going to get to that later.
Why are you not including the grass seed? Because my patriot brothers and sisters up in Lansing with the AR-15s were on the steps of the Capitol talking about they wanted to plant some bird seed. So, Spud, can we talk about them too?
Of course we can, because I think that they're fools. First of all, I wish I was, up there with Governor Whitmer. I don't agree with everything you have to say, but if I was up there, I would have been on the lawn as well with my AR-15. Get your asses away from this damn house.
But
who has the nerve to go to this woman's place of residence, where she sleeps, where her kids sleep, and have the nerve to actually protest against something that you don't agree with?
No, that's how the patriot. Those are American patriots. You didn't see those red, white, and blue flags? There's somebody that we know we should probably get on the line. Maybe he can help us understand the thought process of being a patriot. No?
No. There is nothing that anybody can tell me. Listen, I get it. I'm in the house. I got cabin fever. You can't even challenge me on the amount of alcohol I've drank, right?
Yo.
Listen, I'm tired. There is nothing else on TV I can watch.
Yes.
I'm to the point to where I can disconnect every channel I have. I done watched everything. But it doesn't make me want to go and actually protest against something that the governor said. I mean, she didn't do that on purpose. This is what the world is doing. So everybody just needs to sit their asses down, give it a few more minutes. You got the golf, got a little boating, do a little gardening. That's cool. Let's just take this thing one step at a time. That's all.
That feels a little compartmentalized, but I just feel like them boys up there with the AR-15s, they get to go plant their flowers, but my people can't get no weave.
Anyways,
exactly. That's all I'm saying, bruh. Because you saw the governor, she had to back up a little bit today. Like, yeah, that's what happened. So
speaking of not sitting your asses down, so there are new rules when it comes to strip clubs. So basically, according to TMZ, the sources say that strip clubs are going to be the following. All right. So anyone who loves to go to a strip club, anyone who loves to make it rain, anyone who's been to Chocolate City on the west side, that's the east side. Anyone has been to 007.
But I don't know if those places are still open. Are they?
007 not open no more?
I think.
Oh, so I get a wide shot, huh, man? That's what we're doing now?
Let me say he's anyone, and I just figured.
That would be you.
You know what? We are so taking applications for a producer. We got some deals on the table. And we just
anyway, so let's get the strip club.
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry.
So here are the new rules according to the strip clubs when they open back up. Anyone entering will be required to wear a mask, even the dancers. Club capacity will be limited for the dancers as well as for the patrons, for the customers. And the biggest thing, no contact. So who is down to go to the strip club where you have to see a fatty with a mask on?
Hey, what's a fatty, my guy? What's a fatty?
Not that anybody is coming to see the face anyway. But, I mean, you are cute. You cute. Who's the pretty girl? Who's the pretty girl?
But how do you know she has on a mask, bro?
Anyways, if she has on a mask, do you want to see a chick in a mask with gloves on and a thong? Do you want to be eating lamb chops, having a drink with a lap dance with a girl that has a mask on and some gloves?
Man, listen, at some point, people are going to have to do what they got to do. First of all, these strippers, they got to earn money. And so if that means that they got to, and there are cats out here who going to spend money on strippers no matter what. So, you can go to certain strip clubs and see young ladies who are not as fortunate as others, and they still make money. So
listen, every man, it doesn't matter how fine or ugly you are. A strip club is a strip club is a strip club.
Exactly.
I'm going there because I want to see you, how hot you are in a thong. And what's the thing called, Lamont, at 10 o'clock?
Finale. Top of the hour. Top every hour, baby. All tops down. All tops down. All tops down. This is finale.
Everybody get your ones out. Everybody get your ones out. Right. So I'm just asking, are guys going to want to go to the strip club and spend $20,000, $30,000, $1,000, throw ones in the air with women with masks on?
Well, I can't throw ones in the air at all because my money. That's, as Kevin Hart would say, that's not how my checking account works. So I'm out of the strip club era. I'm not even there no more.
Lamont,
no comment.
Okay. Lamont,
what?
What you mean no comment, Lamont?
I mean, here's the deal. I haven't been to a strip club in a long time. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I mean, the last time I did go to a strip club, unfortunately, it wasn't even about the strippers. It's more of a
business.
Yeah, it's more of a camaraderie kind of thing amongst the fellas. You know what I mean? So it's like sometimes the guys didn't even pay attention to the strippers half the time. So it was more of a meeting place, like you said. I'm more concerned about the sanitary area or for the kitchen. You know what I mean? To make sure that my lamb chop and my zip sauce gonna be right. You know what I mean? So. Unfortunately, that's where it is. But again, I think, the strip clubs are a source of, it'll just have to change like everything else. I think the reality with all of this is that whether it's a strip club, whether it's going to the grocery store, whether it's getting your car washed, no matter what it is, things will never be as they once were before COVID-19. And that's it. So either you adapt or you die, period, point blank. So along with your license, you probably going to have to get your temperature taken when you go down there to get your dance license.
There's a comment in Facebook asking us if we would, in fact, broadcast live from a strip club.
I mean, as long as they got the lamb chops with the zip sauce. Hello.
Little asparagus on the side for me.
There you have the answer, Frank.
Potato.
Yeah.
With the baked potato. And as long as the drinks is free, because listen, y'all strip clubs is gouging on the prices. All right? I should not be going to no strip club and paying no $200 for no bottle. $20 for a Corona, which I'm not drinking Corona anymore anyway. Sorry, Corona. Every week, ladies and gentlemen, Lamont gets in his feelings about something. Lamont, what are you and your feelings about this week, my man?
It's a lot, man. I'm definitely a little sensitive of what I got going on. But I think this week my beef is with Netflix and the algorithm. Netflix and the algorithm. So Netflix knows, like a lot of other people, that, I like to watch documentaries on Netflix. So I see this documentary that comes up about this Jewish couple that's been in the bookstore business. I think it's called something Circus, something. But they had this infamous bookstore that sold nothing but gay, hardcore porn for the past 33 years. And I found myself sitting there watching this documentary, which actually was done very tastefully because they didn't give you the whole gay porn thing like that super in your face. But for me to sit there and watch this documentary for like an hour and 7 minutes, I just felt some kind of way when I got done. And I was just like, why am I watching this? And I said to myself, it's that algorithm. It's this damn COVID-19. I know I want to go outside, but
you just had to watch that porn.
And I thought about Maynard when I was watching this documentary.
Whoa,
you know what I mean?
Whoa.
No, I'm just saying, like,
about a man. Oh, wow.
No.
Wait a minute,
I
homie.
said this would be something that Maynard would watch. It was going to be something I suggested for you to watch on your list of things. I forgot what it's called. It's something Circus. I'll look it up, Maynard. And that's my fault that I'm not together. But I feel like this is definitely something you should put on your list, bro.
So I'm curious to know, how does the guy 2 weeks ago go from loving watching a movie that has absolutely no men on men action to watching a documentary that has all men on men action?
And that's the problem with the algorithm, because it kept popping up, and you know how to give it a little preview or whatever, and you see this older Jewish couple, and they're talking about this bookstore. I'm like, oh, okay, they sold books. Let's see if they make it interesting.
So did you miss part of the trailer where they said that there were two men in the movie together?
I'm telling you, they made sure that I didn't get that part. By the time I pressed play, I was like, okay.
So how
retro.
What? How much of it did you watch, Lamont?
I watched the entire documentary. Because listen. It was done. Here's the deal. It was done by the son and the daughter of the owner of the bookstore. And they went their whole little story about how it traumatized them, and one of the sons ended up being gay, and it was just this big ball of stuff. Kind of like the Tiger Man, the Carol Gaskins, the Tiger King. It wasn't that dramatic.
You couldn't go to nothing different, huh?
Nah, I had to finish. I was committed. You know what I'm saying?
You were committed.
I was committed.
So the first male-on-male scene, you were like,
No. And here's the deal.
If I see another male-on-male scene,
No.
I'm gonna stop. And then the second one, you was like, if they give me one more, I'm gonna be out of here.
Let's see where this thing goes at some point.
You was like, damn it.
No, honestly, they didn't even give you that. It was more of, it was dudes on there with no shirt on. You feel what I'm saying? So you didn't see any of because again, that's Netflix. You still got to remember. So it's only so much that they're going to let go on that platform anyway. So from a documentary standpoint and the point of the story of how this couple got into the business, how it affected their family, how they went to, one of them almost went to jail, because at one time, I guess it was in California somewhere, that activity was actually illegal. You know what I'm saying?
You really are selling it for somebody who's having no problem with the algorithm. You really are you are definitely selling it.
Apparently the algorithm got it right.
Right. And Lamont has definitely spread it to now 474 people. The coronavirus, ladies and gentlemen, it's the coronavirus. One person affects 40 people.
All right, you got me. I'm done. All
right. So, Lamont, let me ask you this question. So right now we're in the house. A lot of people are, not doing anything. They're bored as hell. As a marketing, guru or marketing, executive, what should independent artists be doing right now with their career to either get more followers or to either get more business or to get more sales? What is the best thing that independent artists should be doing right now?
Well, this is what we were actually on a call this morning because I'm also in my feelings about Zooming because we Zooming every hour on the hour around here. But this is the Wild Wild West. Go for what you know. You could be frying an egg. You could be changing a tire. Record it, put it out. You never know what kind of content is going to catch on. We were having this conversation about Tabitha Brown. If you don't know about Tabitha Brown, then you've probably been under a rock. But this is a young lady who has kind of been in the acting space, just trying to different things. And she has a love of being a vegan and showing different vegan recipes. And she said she had no idea that is what was going to get her to the next space, which as we speak, she's definitely in the next space. Definitely in terms of recording artists. We all know about the D Nice. We all know about Quarantine Radio, which we just found out this morning that Tory just got the call from MTV. They're getting ready to set him up. So you never, ever know what is going to catch in terms of content. So whatever platform that you're attached to, attach yourself to 2, 3 more. To all of the young people, we were having a consulting session this morning about Twitch. If you're not on that, get on Twitch, get on Twitter, get on everything. And just put yourself out there because, again, you have a captive audience and they're fiending for content. You heard what I just said about Netflix. They suckered me into watching a show about an older Jewish couple with a hardcore porn business for 33 years. And I sat and watched it. So, you have to capitalize on these times. You know what I mean? Go ahead, Maynard. I know this is your part.
No, I'm saying, Lamont, do you want to give all this good information away for free or do you want to capitalize?
Know what? If they tune into the podcast, we do a little bit of what we call free consultation, So this is kind of just part of it. So but ask the question, just get on there and record the content. We also tell people.
What does you and your crew help out with when it comes to like independent artists?
Well, it's kind of like, we use the custom suit approach. It's like, Maynard's body type might be different than Spud's body type. every artist is different. So you have to kind of take the measurements. You have to see what kind of music it is, who's your potential, consumer. And we figure out and we formulate a plan, just like a custom-made suit, what's going to work well for you, because no two artists are the same. You know what I mean? Although you might have one artist that may be similar to the next, nothing is like the same in how you take the actual artist to market. So our kind of thing is more of a custom approach.
If they want more information.
So what's the website and the information, for people to be able to get information on how they can get in contact with you if they want you to help them take their business to the next level or their career to the next level?
Well, we say it all the time. The website is bwpmarketing.com. If you saw the promo in the beginning, you saw that the podcast is powered by bwpmarketing.com. You click on the last tab, which is a contact tab. Just click on that. Boop. Put your information in there. It may not be me, but somebody definitely will reach back out to you. Again, just like with a lot of artists, or labels or production companies, it's busy time. I mean, it's go time. You think that you're just sitting at home with nothing to do, but this is the time that, as they say, millionaires and billionaires are made in this kind of time of just utter chaos. So again, bwpmarketing.com if you want more information. And that's it, Spud.
Sweet. All right, so let's go on to the next segment of the show, which is called Care or Don't Care. These are the news stories that we either care about or we really don't care about. So let's start off with Common and Tiffany Haddish. They are an item. Anybody care or don't care?
So I'm concerned for Common because
I'm concerned for Tiffany Haddish.
Common should just keep his dating life personal for a little bit until he's ready to go down the aisle, because he had the Erykah Badu time, he had the Serena Williams time, he had the Angela Rye time, he had and this and all of these kind of fizzle. And Common, you look like you down to date anybody.
Common is running through him, man.
Huh?
I mean, Common is running through him.
He is, but slow down.
First of all, as I use Maynard's term, my man got a good credit score, a pocket full of money, and he's single. Let that man go knock him down.
I mean, come on, Lamont. I mean, what is Common? 44, 45? He got to be out.
Listen.
He got to be 47. You got to know when to say when. I mean, if he was a female, he would be on the whole status right now.
So, and?
He just looks thirsty, though.
So you mean to tell me if Tiffany Haddish was out here banging a bunch of dudes and it was public, that you would not be calling her a hoe?
Listen, first of all, I wouldn't disrespect that lady like that in public. First of all, let's get that out the way. Second of all, these are just double standards that we live by. Maynard and his zip code.
So that's okay?
I'm sorry?
It's okay for us to live by those double standards?
This is America. What do you mean? Barack Obama couldn't get away with half of the shit that Donald's getting away with. This is how this operates. Am I wrong?
It's okay for a man to date as many women as he wants, but it's not okay for a woman.
If it was my daughter, absolutely not.
So to me, it's not that he's dating a lot of different women.
Knock him down by the dozen, son.
It seems like he's all
line all the pulling pins up.
He looks thirsty out here.
Knock him down.
Sorry.
No, he just looks a little thirsty. But I would say this: Tiffany Haddish on the Dave Chappelle Mark Twain Award. Money definitely agrees with her. I mean, the hair is popping, the skin is popping, she's looking good, and she's a good-looking woman.
To you.
Okay, she's a good-looking woman to me.
To you.
And and money is agreeing with her. She's she's stepping her game up, but
so she's only looks good because she got money.
Mm-hmm. I'm saying she stepped her game up. She's looking.
But you led with money is agreeing with her is what
right.
You led with.
Yeah, sure. Money don't agree with me.
Hot as a chick from South Central Los Angeles.
No, she's not an ugly woman. She's not an ugly woman at all.
I'll pass, my guy. She ready? No. Dude, I'm good. Next.
Okay. Kanye West has reportedly become a billionaire, ladies and gentlemen. Anybody care?
What else you got?
Man, we don't. Who cares?
Who cares?
Nobody cares about Kanye.
No.
Dr. Dre and Diddy. Diddy finally announced yesterday, he was on Fat Joe's show, that there's a possibility that is more than likely that there will be a Dr. Dre and Diddy versus. Anybody care?
I know
care
Dre.
if it's not on Instagram. If they take it off Instagram, I care.
I know Dre gonna bring music.
You say that?
I mean, you got to give it to me on a different platform, bro. I mean, let's keep it a buck. I'm still feeling like I feel like Babyface kind of lowered his value a little bit by playing around on Instagram. That's Babyface. That's Dr. Dre. I mean, y'all got to figure out something else. I mean, the sound quality is shot, and Dre is infamous for making sure that his sound is what it needs to be. Am I right?
True.
That is correct.
Right. This man, he specially car stereos. We all know the infamous beats. His sound has always been impeccable. And at the end of the day, if you're gonna downgrade that to sit around and play on somebody's iPhone through an algorithm or a platform that has like 1 1/4 of a channel, I'll pass.
Yeah, but doesn't Beats make the the headphones for iPhones? So at least you can be listening to it through that.
Yeah, but I don't know if the platform is going to give you that Dr. Dre sound through Instagram.
I mean, so we know that Dre is gonna show up with music. What's Diddy gonna do?
Oh, he got records now. Don't get it twisted.
Oh, come on. Let's not take away from Diddy.
No,
I'm
Puff
just
got
saying.
records, boy.
I know there's
Puff
a lot
got
of
remixes that will make you be like, "Oh, my fault. I forgot. I'm sorry."
I would think that it would be.
Let's not take away from Diddy. Diddy probably got more smashes than Dr. Dre.
I would think that there would be Diddy versus maybe Suge, because I mean, you know, EP and a record is EP and a record. It's not.
No. Let's not take away from Diddy again.
Yes.
I gotta go after him just a little bit.
You know, last week you was trying to, get at Diddy. Diddy has definitely been. He slept in that studio.
Okay.
Let's not act like he didn't give you all about the Benjamins. Now he may not have written it.
Did he produce it?
Produced it.
Did he produce it?
Puff got records, man, and you need to stop it.
Been around the world and you come on, give Diddy his props, man.
I'm almost
Diddy got
sure.
records, bro.
Benjamin's I thought was Stevie J.
No. Puff got
He
records,
could have been on that joint.
Yeah.
Don't worry about if I write rhymes, I write checks.
Right.
So Maynard, hit us and said that, he wanted to, well, I guess I should ask, last night was the third and fourth episode of The Last Dance with Michael Jordan, and he was appalled that Michael Jordan called Isaiah Thomas a biatch.
Whoa. I wasn't appalled. I just said, is it a thing?
Is it a thing? Because no one cared about it except for you.
It was the only thing that was on SportsCenter this morning.
That he called him a bitch?
Yeah.
A biatch?
In fact, they had to go. They went and got Isaiah Thomas and Jalen Rose this morning on SportsCenter to address it.
I don't think it's a thing. I think that Michael Jordan was right in the sense of that was old news. Isaiah Thomas answered it the way that he was supposed to answer it during that time. And that was that. Now, was the bad boys wrong for walking off the court?
That was a bitch move.
Watch your mouth, Maynard.
That was a bitch move.
What are you going to do?
Watch your mouth.
I can see my mouth on the screen, and I'm going to say it one more time.
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
Was a bitch move. I saw my mouth say that.
Okay.
You got a problem with the bad boys?
Huh?
You ain't got a problem with the bad boys, do you? Because that would be a problem.
I got a problem with all teams that ain't the Philadelphia 76ers. Let's be clear. I'm a Philadelphia 76er fan all day, every day. But I'm saying Isaiah Thomas should have...
How many championships they got?
Huh?
How many championships they got?
He said, huh?
Dose. 2.
Okay. I didn't think that was a thing. But hey, listen, this is the only thing I want to say. This all-in, if you guys are familiar with the all-in challenge, I'll say this and we'll move on because I know we pressed for time.
But I am not doing the...
What?
I'm not doing that.
No. That's the don't rush challenge.
Oh, my fault. Oh, I thought y'all wanted me to, get dressed and all.
It's the all-in challenge with speaking of, Philadelphia 76ers. Who's the owner, Maynard? Michael somebody?
Yeah, Will Smith got part ownership as well, but yeah.
The guy who got Meek Mill out of jail.
Right.
Anyway, so they're doing this all-in challenge, giving back to people, which is fine. I'm all down with that. I think Tom Brady donated $1 million, blah, blah, blah. But somebody paid Russell Wilson and Sierra $240,000 to have dinner with them. That is just way too much money. $240,000 to have dinner with Russell Wilson?
It depends on how much. It depends on what was being served.
Dinner, and that was it.
Yo, Russell Wilson, first off, his grandfather was the president of my university, so that's fam. And I wouldn't pay that much money to be around him, but yo, why can't that man get his bread?
$240,000?
Yeah, but does the money go to Russell or does the money go to the charity?
No, the money goes to charity.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, it's just a charity play. I mean,
$240,000.
Listen, it's almost they moved the tax date to July 15th. Somebody needs some write-offs, bro. It's a write-off game.
All right, let's move on. So we don't know if we're gonna have a presidential election or not. Joe Biden says that he thinks that the Donald is going to move it back. But anyway, there's this big thing about Joe Biden and who he picks as a running mate. And first, everybody wants him to pick a woman. And now most people want him to pick a black woman. And so some of those people that are on the list are Kamala Harris, of course, Stacey Abrams. What's the other
Keisha Lance
name?
Bottoms.
Lady's name, I think it's Congresswoman.
Val Demings.
Yeah.
Keisha Lance Bottoms from Atlanta.
Out there. And so I was just curious to know, is Joe being pressured into selecting a black woman? Is this about color or is this about qualifications?
Well,
Maynard,
let's just remove the idea that qualifications are a thing at all because Donald Trump is president. Okay, let's just remove the idea that qualifications matter because Donald Trump has promoted people like Kushner or his daughter into positions that they're not qualified for. So let's stop that part. But Keisha Lance Bottoms or Kamala Harris or Val Demings or Stacey Abrams or Lamont Hayes, for that matter, is just as qualified to be president or vice president of the United States. But here is the real important part. What we have to understand is that without African-American women, Joe Biden doesn't win South Carolina. Joe Biden doesn't win the primaries in the places he got. The Democratic Party needs to understand that the base of the Democratic Party is black women. That's it. It's like the black church. If black women didn't show up for the black church, there wouldn't be no church. They would turn it into a strip club. So who took you to church when you were a young man? Who dragged you? Who took you to church?
Lamont,
did he not say the church would be a strip club?
If it weren't for black women going to support the Democrats, going to go out and campaign for Democrats, or going to church for that matter, if it weren't for them doing the heavy lifting, there would be no Democratic Party. There would be no black church.
Okay, let me push back. Okay,
yeah, can we get back to the question, though, man? I mean, because he never answered the question.
I did answer the question. He has to respect black women, and there are phenomenal characters. There are phenomenal candidates for VP who are African American women.
Character.
We know what you mean.
Yeah, there are some phenomenal characters, man.
So who would you think should be VP, Lamont?
No, but that's not the thing. I mean, I'm just asking. It seems as if the news media and America. I don't want to put anybody in a box. Is putting the pressure on that it has to be a black woman. Now, I'm not taking anything away from black women, and your commentary is extremely on point. But that doesn't necessarily mean that Stacey Abrams is more qualified than Christian Gillibrand or Killibrand or whatever her last name is, or Elizabeth Warren. so it seems as if it seems as if this narrative is playing across as if, oh, you got to have a black woman. Now, for your argument, you're correct. You know, he should definitely consider a black woman, but he also should not consider a black woman just because she's black.
But here's the thing.
That we voted for Barack Obama just because he's black.
But here's the thing, Spud. What does Kirsten Gillibrand bring to the table?
Round we did vote for him because he was black.
Most people did.
Yes. Yeah,
what does Kirsten Gillibrand bring to the table? She won one Senate election in her lifetime. What does Liz Warren bring to the table? She won one Senate election in her lifetime. That's it. Stacey Abrams just happened to lose the governorship, but she's been elected previously. So, I mean, really, at the end of the day, what do any of these other people, we say it like they're qualified. Their only qualification they have is they happen to be white women. That's it.
I'm not saying it as if because they're white women, but the narrative in the news cycle right now makes it seem as if that he has to have a black woman, and if he doesn't pick a black woman, then he's going to be an uproar.
Right.
Okay.
It shouldn't be that way. It feels as if he is being pressured to choose a black woman.
No, but Spud, say bullied. It's not pressured. It's called bullying.
You know, except for 8 years that Barack Obama was president, white men have run this country exclusively. And shit ain't really all that good. For at least the first 15 of them, white men ran this country and slavery existed. There only been 45 presidents, and a third of them presided over slavery. So what the hell? I mean, why not?
But wait, were you going to vote for Cory Booker? Just because Cory Booker's black doesn't mean he's qualified to be president. And I mean, just
we're
because
talking about Cory Booker's qualifications as if Joe Biden, as if Donald Trump is qualified. But Cory Booker was.
Let's keep Trump out of it. That was just an anomaly. That just happened. Okay. Now, if he gets elected again, then that would be something totally different. But I'm not going to get into that.
The man just said, listen at this. Listen at this one thing. Joe Biden had to literally tweet the other day, I don't know why I have to say this, but please don't inject yourself with bleach or disinfectants because of Donald Trump. And we're worried about whether or not Stacey Abrams is qualified, whether Val Demings is qualified. We're worried about qualifications.
Let me take a step back, because you're making this argument to be about Donald Trump.
Right.
This is not about Donald Trump.
Exactly.
This is about making sure that the next president, hopefully, the one that we all want, is picking the person that is most suitable to be right beside him to run the country. You're basically saying, oh, fuck it. Just, you know what I'm saying? No. Those qualifications should be in line with what his values are, with where he wants to take the country, and where he is going to look to excel. That should not just be because the Congressional Black Caucus and, everyone decided that, oh, yeah, you got to have a black vice president, a black woman as a vice president. I would love to see that. But I'm just asking because you're making this seem as if, oh, fuck it, Donald Trump is the president, so anybody else can go and be the president. No, that is not the case. Donald Trump got in. He got lucky. People voted for him. His base voted for him. But that doesn't necessarily mean that anybody should go and be qualified to be the president because Donald Trump got in.
Okay.
So can I ask a question?
Yes.
Maynard, who's your pick for VP?
I'm a fan of Keisha Lance Bottoms from Atlanta.
She's on the list?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't know that. Okay. That's good. I like Keisha Lance Bottoms. That would be a great pick.
If it wasn't Keisha, it would be, for me, Keisha, Stacey Abrams, Kamala Harris. Then after that, I mean, obviously, I think Lamont's man, Andrew Cuomo, obviously is on the list.
Let me say this, though. And I said this on the chat, and I'm glad you all haven't threw me under the bus during this podcast of telling all my private chat messages amongst us. But I said this about Cuomo. I don't need him to be the VP. I need him to be the cut man. Every great boxer has somebody in the corner whispering in his ear telling him what to do. And that ain't always the VP. So I need Cuomo to stay his ass right where he is And when he get that call and I need him to be the cut man, you just stay in the cut and we're going to, show Uncle Joe, because in a minute, because when and if he get this W, I got to keep saying if, he going to need somebody in his ear to tell him, which way to turn, because he going to forget to go left and go right. So I don't know. And if you want Keisha, that's cool. God bless her. But there are certain parts of this country, I don't know. I don't know if they're going for that. Okay. And that's just reality.
Okay.
I mean, Keisha Lance Bottoms just got a text message from somebody calling her the N-word on her phone.
Right. Open it up, nigger. Yes, sir.
I mean, on her phone. Yep. So there are some parts in America we might have to get a green book.
And I keep saying all the time, don't get it twisted. Don't be fooled by Atlanta. Atlanta's still in Georgia. Be very clear.
True.
Georgia's a different place.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to the cactus of the week because we are running out of time. This is where somebody said something extremely stupid, dumb, ignorant, and they got to choke on their words. Maynard, who's getting the cactus this week?
I mean, let's be honest. Is it any question that Donald Trump deserves a cactus for this bleach thing and all that? That's such a low bar. In fact, I think comedy writers all over America are probably saying that Donald Trump is no longer even relevant. So I can't give it to Donald Trump. I mean, he's honorary. He gets it every week. But Donald Trump's main man, Bill Barr, gets the cactus this week. Bill Barr wrote in the statement, as the Department of Justice explained recently in guidance to states and localities taking steps to battle the pandemic, even in times of emergency, when reasonable and temporary restrictions are placed on rights, the First Amendment and federal statutory law prohibits discrimination against religious institutions and religious believers. The Constitution also forgives, in certain circumstances, discrimination against disfavored speech and undue interference with the national economy. What Bill Barr is saying also with this statement, what Bill Barr is saying and setting up is that he's going to sue states and state governors. And he has in fact told U.S. district attorneys all over the country that it is okay at this point to go and sue these states for the governor's efforts to slow down the pandemic, to, blunt the curve and make this thing go away. So if you're Governor Cuomo in New York, he wants to sue you. If you're the governor of Pennsylvania or California, he wants to sue those governors because he's saying good, clean Christian folk can't go and pray. Well, I happen to live in the state of Virginia, and there was a pastor, a black pastor, mind you, who said, I don't care what y'all say, we having church this Sunday, about 3 or 4 weeks ago. And about last week or so, they had his funeral. He died of coronavirus. This thing is real, people. There's a meme going around with the mayor of Chicago saying, stay your black ass in the house until I say something. She's right. Stay your ass in the house. Black, white, Chinese, Mexican, whatever your ass may be, stay it in the house. But because Bill Barr is such a damn yes man and he's an asshole about things, Bill Barr, I invite you to have some cactus. You're welcome to dine on our finest cactus.
That was almost like weed cough. That was almost like chronic cough. I don't know if did Snoop do that. I didn't know if that was a Snoop.
Snoop drop. Thanks to Snoop, I had to hit him on his Cash App for giving me the cough. So,
all right, ladies and gentlemen, do we have time to read a couple of comments or no? How much time we got?
You got some comments you'd like to read, sir?
Yeah, so shout out to Lakeisha Felton. She said that why are you talking about Keisha Lamb's bottoms? I'm sorry, she only won Atlanta by 800 votes.
Come on now. Come on now.
She also says, do the Dems want to win or do they want to push ideology? Come on now. Ahead, Lakeisha. That's what I'm talking about. Shout out to my man Marty Rice and shout out to Rick Hines. He said that the strippers in Dubai have face masks. Has anybody been to Dubai? I haven't been to a strip club in Dubai.
No.
You guys?
I've flown through but never stayed. No.
Nope. Shout out to Samuel McNeil. Shout out to Mark Jeezy. And let's see who else. Shout out to Tiffany Lynn. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Wendell Scott and my man Erskine Everett, and also let's see who else jumped on.
Frank Williams is on.
Aisha Lacey Johnson. Sorry if I said that wrong.
Shamika Harris.
Shout out to my man Crux Conception, huh?
Shamika Harris.
Shout out to Shamika. Cutters all day. Shout out to my man George Hill. We truly appreciate you guys tuning in to this week's episode of Three Black Guys with the Mic. Do us a favor, share this episode. Just hit the share right now on your page and share it, with your friends. Let everybody know that we do this show every Monday at 7 p.m. right here live on Facebook. We also re-air this episode tomorrow on our podcast. You can see it on YouTube, as well as you can get it on SoundCloud at Three Black Guys with the Mic, soundcloud.com/Three Black Guys with the Mic. You can also see us or hear us on iTunes as well, or wherever you get this podcast or wherever podcasts are shown. That's YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes. Rate and review us on iTunes. Rate and review us on SoundCloud. We truly appreciate that, because when you do that, our ratings go up and more people are able to see the podcast, and they're able to share it with more people. And that's how we get more audience. And that's exactly what we need. If you want to support us on Cash App, you could do that. Go to Cash App and hit Three Black Guys Mic. That's 3, the number 3, Black Guys Mic. All right. Last word, anybody?
Easter Bunny is not real.
So.
I don't know what to tell you. Oh, let's say a prayer for Kim Jong-un. We don't know, his status.
Hey, man, I got people that's sick in the streets of Chicago. I don't give a... Yeah, okay. You're right, man.
Somebody who's truly against Donald Trump, you'd want to, pray for Kim Jong-un?
No, I'm just thinking it's funny, to be honest.
Okay. Kim Jong-un.
Okay.
We'll do it again next Monday at 7 p.m., ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you check us out tomorrow on YouTube, iTunes, and SoundCloud. Have a fantastic night. We truly appreciate you guys tuning in to this episode of Three Black Guys with the Mic. Peace.
By the way, don't inject bleach, y'all.